Welcome back. You're watching the news tonight. Well, it was a thrilling victory for race shuttler Saina Nehwal at the Hong Kong Open Super Series. She now becomes the first Indian woman to inch closer towards conquering the world #1 spot in badminton. The win today gave Saina her 4th Super Series title. Saina entered the final of the Hong Kong Open after a fiercely fought semi-final battle. She had suffered an early setback in the finals when she lost the first set of her first game, 15-21, to China's Xianxing Wang. But she fought back and won the second and the third round 21-16 to 21-17 respectively. She's won the series overall now 2-1.
At the Hong Kong Open, the first ever female.
For more details on this, our sports reporter Natasha now joins me live. Well, Natasha, before this title, Saina had dropped to the 4th position in the world rankings. And now with this win, what are her chances of sitting right on top of the world rankings?
Well, Divya, at this point, we have to take note of the fact that there have been back-to-back tournaments for her that she has to play and perform at her best, especially if you look at where she started off in terms of the massive tournaments that she has been playing extremely well at is the Indian Open right here in Chennai, and of course then on to Singapore and then Indonesia Super Series Open, and then it went on to the gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. But the slump was where she was really exhausted and extremely tired in terms of these back-to-back tournaments, and it happened at the Asiad, where she was extremely disappointed, because that is a proud moment to represent your country at one of the biggest tournaments in the world. But at the same time, now that she's taken a break in terms of a little time gap really, and then she's outperformed herself as well at the Hong Kong Super Series, now this being her 4th title in her career, 4th Super Series title in her career. Really, at this point, now that she's slumped to number 4, it does not mean that she's going to go even further down, because Saina Nehwal has definitely showed her nerves at the first game, like for example versus her 5th ranked opponent, Chinese opponent. Now her nerves have always played a role in terms of her performances during matches, but really she has fought very hard to be where she is today. And her aim at the moment to over the next year is going to be her training sessions for the 2012 London Olympics. That is her aim at the moment, and to see her outperform herself yet again is what we're looking for right now, and it is her biggest dream, India's biggest dream, to see her at the #1 spot eventually, hopefully before the 2012 Olympics.
Right, Natasha, thanks very much indeed for joining us with all those details there. And moving on to some other stories now. Well, Karnataka has seen relentless uncovering of land scams and misappropriations by political figures. People's outrage has been limited to letters, blogs and drawing room discussions. But all that changed when many organizations and students in Bangalore took to the streets with a unique protest campaign.
Crisp notes being distributed to passers-by. But no, it's no bribe. On the contrary, this 0 rupee note is a pledge against bribes and corruption.
For the past few months, all that Karnataka has seen is corruption, scams and more scams. But today, this morning, people of Bangalore spilling out in the streets and saying, Saku, that's enough in Kannada.
So it was Saku on posters, badges and on people's lips, aided by some of India's best-known anti-corruption crusaders.
What is important is that the corrupt has to be sent to jail, and we don't have any deterrence in our system. So we have drafted laws. Prashant Bhushan, myself, Kiran Bedi, we have drafted a law called Lokpal Bill for the Centre. So we are challenging Congress and BJP. Let's see who has the guts and the courage to pass this law.
So what motivated people to come out and protest on a weekend?
We fear that Karnataka is going to become another Bihar of the past, not the Bihar of today. We want Karnataka to, emulate Bihar, because its growth rate is now 11%, much above the national average of around 9%.
With camera person Govind, Vasanthi Hariprakash in Bangalore for NDTV.
Well, back in the city, observing a day dedicated to disability, the centuries-old Freemasonry Association distributed over 70 wheelchairs, tricycles and crutches to about 155 differently able people hailing from some of the interior villages of Tamil Nadu at the Freemasons Hall in the city. These people were handpicked and recommended by orthopedics who have been conducting camps for the last few weeks.
December 3rd was supposed to be the World Disabled Day. So we thought in celebration of that we can distribute the artificial limbs, tricycles, wheelchairs to some other people who are very unfortunate, not able to do all those things.
Well, you need to be no celebrity or star to wish the superstar on his birthday. Just call NDTV Hindu and we will take in your wishes for Rajinikanth after the short break.